Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my channel. Today I am going to make tickets, or show you how I've made some tickets and some buttons for my Dollar Tree journal, since that is not something that I purchased, so I'm going to make some. So I just have some coffee dyed paper here that I glued onto some of my file folder. In one of my past videos I said poster board, but I meant file folder. So I let that dry for a while. I have a whole video on how I do my tickets, but I use my printables for that. So this is tickets without printables or anything. Okay, so I did this the other day. I can't remember how I did it. You can make them any size you want, obviously. I'm sticking to things. I forgot my other ruler upstairs that would be easier to see. I use a tool for sewing. It's a tracing wheel, I believe. You can find these at Walmart, Hobby Lobby. I get mine at thrift stores, or I see them at garage sales and stuff for like $1. So I just go back and forth a few times, and this makes the little tear part, and it looks just like when you have real tickets. I should have a darker background. I put a book down here because it seems like it's easier for that to work when it's got a something that's kind of cushiony underneath. Hate to use my nice brown cardstock, but this way you can kind of see more what I'm doing. Okay, so I don't know if you can see the perforation there, so then I'm going to measure another one. And go back and forth a few times, especially since I have this on that file folder. And I should have started further in because I won't have the tear side here. But I'm going to make a mark here. This ticket will be a little shorter than the other one. Then I take my hole punch. You probably can't see my perforations. And go part way in and punch. Ooh, that one went flying. I go about halfway in where the hole is there. And there you have your tickets. And so you get that perforation that you don't get if you just tear them. But this end I may not get it very well, since I didn't leave myself very much room to do this. And these two tickets, I got the idea while I was laying in bed. That's when I get a lot of ideas. I don't know why. Maybe because my mind isn't so filled with other things. I don't know. But I got to thinking, I'm going to put a 2 on one and a 4 on the other for the year that I made the journal. And then I thought, for the top part, let's see if I can do this straight. And how they usually have a number on the ticket. I thought I might put on one of them put 3-1-24, and on the other put 3-25-24. going to try to line them up so I have my line at the same, around the same spot. That way I'd have the date that the journal was made. Uh-oh, I didn't write. That's weird. I do have somewhere date stamps, so if I can find those, I will use that to stamp on there. Otherwise, I will just write them myself. So let me see. I've got my black ink here somewhere. Hopefully I can center it pretty well. Oh, I got a little mark there. Oh well. May have to trim that stamp down. There, so 24. So I thought I could put that on the, either on a tag or the corner of a page or something. I may just go ahead and write the dates in. If it doesn't turn out, I can always redo it, right? Because I have lots of coffee dyed paper. So we started on 3/1/2024. And we're ending on 3/25/2024. There's my little tickets. Might ink the edges. Because I better cover up my black. Okay. So these could just go down on the corner of a page. Like that for a decoration. They could also be a little tuck if I left them, just glued the edges. So anyway, I thought that was a cute idea to put in there. And then I'll show you some of the other tickets that I made. I love the polka dots. So I've got all these I was just messing around with. Some of these I may stamp on. Obviously I won't use all those tickets, but I didn't know which ones I would use, so I just made a bunch. Where's my ink? There it is. So on the pink, I was thinking of doing roses. I'm using Victorian Velvet. I do have, I think, 3 or 4 Dollar Tree stamp sets. They don't have a lot, but whoever came up with the idea of clear stamps was a genius. I have tons of the wooden ones. These are so much easier to use. It's a good thing Jessica said we could use tools, because since I didn't find much with color, this way I can make a bunch of my own. Oh, I like that. I really like that. There, so I don't know if that will be a belly band or if I'll tear it apart or what I will do, but that's that one. And then I was thinking of, on the green ones, doing like leaves, ferns, whatever. That looks good. You get a different one. They have different designs on there. And I might do the bottom one again at the top. Ah! Sorry about that. There. Something like that. And then I would probably ink around the edge, but I want to show you my buttons. Like I said, since I didn't have any by Una, I have ink all over my fingers. I'm a very messy crafter. I do have a wipe here, but I don't think too much of that's going to come off. Nope. Okay, let me set all that aside. And I haven't completely figured out my cover, but I have an idea of what I might do. And I know I want to put buttons on there. And like I said, I don't have any buttons. So where are some buttons? I've made some. Oh, I'm going to run out of time here. Okay. There's one of my buttons right there. These are a little harder to see on this lace. There's 3 buttons along there. So I have throughout here some buttons. Ooh, that could use a button right there. Anyway, or flower or butterfly. So I have these hole punches, and I hope my paper has dried enough, because I didn't think this through to glue this too far ahead of time. So I'm going to layer 2 buttons together, I believe. This is some of that packaging that they were going to throw away that I am recycling. So that's going to be my bottom button. Oops, I thought my alarms were all turned off. I'm sorry. Where's my other page? Oh, it's right in front of me. Okay, so this is the tiny button that's going to be on top. Ooh. There we go. Then I have this little tiny hole punch I got at Hobby Lobby. Now my holes are kind of off center and kind of wonky, but I don't know if you can see what I'm doing or not. You could use an awl and poke them, but I wasn't sure how good of a hole that would, how pretty of a hole. I mean, it would make a hole, obviously, but I didn't know if it would look as nice. So I decided to do this. So there's that one. got kind of close to the edge. Oh well. Better try to get this one close to the edge so they're further apart. Ah, it won't come out. There we go. Alright, so then I have some brown thread here. I'm not going to punch holes in my bottom ones because you're not going to see those anyway. So I figured I would just set them on top of each other. And just poke through with my needle, and I just poked myself. And I know it's kind of backwards because the threads usually are coming up from the bottom, but I want the threads to show at the top because I'm going to tie them off. So I don't have a knot on the end or anything. But I just got a knot in my thread. This is hard to do on camera. I should have glued them down. I should have used some embroidery thread. That would have been thicker. I'm going to have to go back and forth several times to see my thread very well. Okay, where's my hole? Okay, I think that is enough. And I will trim my ends. I probably do the other one off camera. So you get the idea. My strings are not separating. There we go. Then what I was thinking of doing after I ink that, maybe I should have inked the little button too. There's a little string on there. Okay, so there is that. I was thinking if it works out okay, let me punch another hole. Whoops, I got that one off. It may not matter, but I might need that extra. Those two. I was thinking of trying to make a flower. So this is some of the twine or jute, whatever you want to call it, from the bunny bags. We'll see if this works, I don't know. I was thinking of making a flower and putting the button as the center of the flower, but I don't know how that is going to work. Oh, come on, glue. I'm running out of time here. Okay. Usually I leave it upside down, and this time I didn't. It's sticking to my finger. thing's falling today. Oh my goodness. That one's too thin, I think, now. Okay, I was thinking of making loops. I should have measured it to see how big I wanted my loops to be. I guess I didn't think this out ahead of time. So anyway, you get the idea. And I was going to put the button in the middle, but I'm running out of time. If I don't stop here, I'm not going to be able to post this video because it's going to get too long. And my phone won't let me flip it over. I don't know why sometimes it films the right way and sometimes it films sideways. And the last one I taped, it was completely upside down. So I don't know. I don't get it. I try to put my camera in the same spot. I mean, my holder is in the same spot. So anyway, then that will be on there. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day today. Bye.